Hey, it's Wayne Wallace, the king of headshots. I am down here in the Arts District and I'm doing a little walk around tour for you, my potential client, because a lot of people call me and ask me about doing some nice outdoor type photos, and this is one of my favorite places to shoot. So I'm going to walk around and show you some of the things that we have down here because it's very unique for Las Vegas anyway. There's other cities where this kind of thing is pretty normal, but in Vegas we don't have too many spots like this. You have the Las Vegas Boulevard with all the casinos, and you have downtown Fremont Street, which are very Vegas-y looking. And then outside of that you have some natural areas like Red Rock or Valley of Fire, but you're just going to get one thing. You're going to get rocks and red stuff. So I love this area because it's kind of like being in some little town on the East Coast or in California where you have just character. So let me show you around and you can see what this place is like. And if you want to do a photo shoot here, just let me know. All right. So this is the area, Art Square. So if you Google it, just Google Art Square, or what I like to do is I like to give people the address of this place here. It's called Mingo's Kitchen and Lounge, and there's a big parking lot right here outside of Mingo's, and I usually park in this parking lot, and it's free parking, so nothing to worry about there. So let me give you a little walk around tour here. Down this side we have this big white building. Now the cool part about down here in the Arts District, it's called, the cool part is there's a bunch of artists down here, so the walls are always changing. This wall of this building used to have a bunch of graffiti on it, and they recently painted it white because I guess it's for sale, and maybe someone will buy it and they'll do something cool with it. It's always changing down here. There's always new scenery. So let me show you around here. So there's a bunch of art galleries and a bunch of little shops. There's actually a salon over here. So for my clients that want to get hair and makeup done, I would recommend calling this salon and talking to them. That way you have a place to get all made up and maybe change. So give them a call and see what they can do for you. I don't provide hair and makeup services. I let the professionals that do that provide that service. So this is an area that I like to use, these windows here. It's pretty cool when you look at them from this angle here. Get some nice modern looks over here. Here's another area that I like to use. The greenery in this area here is really nice. There's usually some nice chairs, colorful chairs out here, but Mingo's is closed today, so they don't have them out. This area here, it's got these cool wooden walls, so those make a great backdrop. And then we got that nice blue wall over there. I've used that before. These little benches make a great spot to use. And then this little area over here makes a great little vignette to use for photos. There used to be a cool gate right here, but they took out the gate. I kind of missed that gate. It was kind of cool. But there's some nice greenery here. Nice little wooden thing. I've used that wall before. These little windows are kind of fun. This is a great little spot here with some kind of blocky kind of fashion to it. So I'm going to walk over to a different area, and this is kind of nice too with the pathway and the tree. I'm going to walk over to a different area and show you that. All right, this is another wall, which has got some cool urban kind of feel to it. So that's kind of fun. Let's walk around the other side of this building. It's just got some great stuff, like that wall over there that's multicolored. I've used that before. Up here we've got a cool little hallway, kind of doorway area that we can use. It's got some great light in there. We've got several murals over here. Depending on the time of day, we can use these. So today is kind of an overcast day, so there's not really any bright sun. Usually I like to shoot in the afternoon here because over there is the west and the sun's going to be setting over there. So I usually like to shoot about an hour before sunset, which gives me lots of different areas to shoot in. So this is the other side of Art Square. Over here we've got some metal. That's new. That didn't used to be there before. See what I mean? Every time I come down here, things are changing. So they put in a little ticket window right here so people could buy tickets to the theater. Here's another metal wall right here. It's kind of fun. Some more brick. There's lots of brick down here. Don't find too much brick in Vegas. There's a nice stone wall. See what I mean? There's so many different backdrops down here in just this one little block area. Typically I do an hour photo shoot down here. Hour's enough time for me to do a couple different looks, 2 or 3 looks, depending on how long it takes you to change. There's another brick wall I've used. There's a chain link wall or fence, whatever you want to call it. Then there's the other side of that white building. Now I like this side because it's got these cool little window pane looking things here. Metal bars. Those are kind of fun to use. Got a nice street view here. Let's walk on over to this side and we'll check out these buildings over here. Now these 2 buildings over here, the brick ones, are fairly new. They just built these. See, you can see this building had a bunch of graffiti on it that they painted over. So who knows what that'll look like in a week. So these are some brand new buildings that they just built. They're not even rented out yet. There's space available for lease here. I've always thought about getting a space down here. Maybe one day. So this is a great looking wall here to use. Either the front or the side. It's a great spot. And then over here we've got this yellow, which is a great spot. So no matter what kind of clothing you bring, there's a spot to use it down here. You can pretty much make anything work down here. This is another building I like to use. It's got a very modern feel to it. You know, you can use these windows as a leading line. And then there's some great kind of vines and greenery over here that you can use. This building over here has got some cool black and white photos. I just used that the other day. So there's some great stuff down here. And this is just in this one little block area. But let me just kind of give you a little preview of some nice little vintage looking signs there. Burlesque Hall of Fame. It looks like there's going to be a burlesque museum down here. So that's kind of cool. But you can see this is downtown Las Vegas. There's lots of kind of urban stuff down here. And as you walk down this street here, there's lots of little vignettes that can be used. Maybe I'll drive by some of those and stop and show you those as well. Let me walk on over here to the other part. So the building I'm walking over to is called the Arts Factory. And there's a bunch of galleries in the Arts Factory. So that building over there that's multicolored, that's the Arts Factory. This is a little kind of park area. Every first Friday of the month, there's a big kind of art fair down here. And there's all kind of vendors set up. So this is the Arts Factory building. They just painted this whole wall here. So they got this whole theme, Bet on Art. This wall I love right here, this purple wall. It's a nice rich color. And then along this wall we've got some cool colors as well. Some interesting textures and things to use. There's a nice metal door. I've used that before. And here's some stairs. I've used these many times. Had people hanging on and sitting on the stairs here. So that's kind of fun. Right there. Alright, I'm going to walk around the other side and show you another area that I like to use. It's cold today. If you were modeling today, you would be quite chilly, as my hands are freezing right now. So this is some cool brick that they just laid down. I could also use that as a backdrop. There's a nice pink wall if you want some pink in your photos. And this wall I really like. It's a metal, corrugated metal. So this is really nice to use. You know, kind of shoot down that way. It's a fun little spot. And then here's a wall that I've used before, multicolored wall. And then this is a little kind of outdoor area for the restaurants, but I've taken photos in here before. Got some nice little chairs, trees, stuff like that. All right, so that's the Arts District in Las Vegas. And not too far from here, there are some graffiti buildings. So I'm going to jump in the car and head over there and show you those, because it's a short walk, but it's cold. It's right down in front of me. If you walk down to the end of this parking lot, then you'll be in that area. So I'm going to drive over there so I don't have to walk in the cold, and I'll get warmed up a little bit. Okay, so I just drove down to the end of the parking lot so I could walk over here. Couldn't actually drive down here because all the construction. But these are some really cool buildings down here that have a lot of graffiti on them. And there's always somebody down here doing some graffiti. So I'll just kind of give you a preview. So keep in mind, these things change all the time, but it's always going to be something cool like this. Oh, and there's actually some guys doing some mural work down here right now. See that? I told you. There's always something happening down here. So there's this whole cluster of buildings down here that people just come do graffiti work on. It's pretty cool. You just come and paint and create all kinds of art down here. So this fence is fairly new, but I think we could still get in there and do some photos possibly. Just depends, it's always changing. There's some more artists down here working. All right, so that gives you a little preview of this area. So I just found out from one of the artists that these buildings are probably going to be torn down at some point. That's why they have these gates up. And then they're going to build another one of those right here. So if you want to shoot down here, then better do it sooner than later, because all of this will be gone.